You know, when we think of the epic Ramayana, we often picture massive battles and legendary heroes. But today, we're diving into a different kind of conflict, one that happens not on a battlefield, but within a person's conscience. We're going to look at the impossible choice a prince had to make when his loyalty was tested like never before. So, let me ask you this. What do you do when your loyalty to your family, to your leader, goes against everything you believe is right? Is loyalty absolute? Or is there a higher duty that sometimes forces us to stand against the very people we're supposed to support? That's the exact dilemma at the heart of our story today. Now, before we get any deeper, we have to talk about one crucial word: Dharma. Think of it as your inner moral compass, the North Star for what is right and just. It's not just a dusty old rulebook, it's the very fabric of a righteous life. And it's the one thing that's going to drive the impossible choice our hero has to make. All right, let's set the scene. We're not on a battlefield just yet. Instead, we're inside the magnificent golden palace of Lanka. It's ruled by the incredibly powerful king Ravana. And while his armies are getting ready for war, a completely different kind of battle is about to start right inside the palace walls. This storm, it's all centered on one man, Vibhishana, the younger brother of King Ravana. Now, Vibhishana sees what his brother has done, abducting Sita, another man's wife. And he knows deep down that this single act is going to lead their entire kingdom to ruin. So he decides he has to say something. And just listen to how he does it. He doesn't storm in making demands. This isn't a power play. It's a calm, logical plea. You can hear the genuine concern in his voice. He's worried about his people, his home. He's trying to appeal to his brother's sense of reason. But Ravana, he's not interested in reason. He comes back with pure, raw pride. That roar, "I will never bow to Rama," tells you everything you need to know. For him, this isn't about right or wrong anymore. It's all about ego. And right there, that's the fundamental clash between these two brothers. So, what happens when you speak truth to power that absolutely refuses to listen? Well, Vibhishana is about to find out, as his loyalty to Dharma gets put to the ultimate test. Vibhishana gives it one last shot, and this time he doesn't pull any punches. He calls his brother's pride exactly what it is: arrogance. Then he drops the big one. He invokes Dharma, telling Ravana he's losing his way, that he's straying from the path of a righteous king. This is a direct challenge to Ravana's authority. And Ravana just explodes. He can't handle it. He twists his brother's principled stand into an act of cowardice, of betrayal. And just like that, he banishes him. He throws his own brother out of the kingdom for daring to speak the truth. Now, this little detail is so important. After being publicly humiliated and disowned, the text says he's hurt but calm. His choice isn't made in a fit of rage. It's a deliberate, clear-headed decision to give up everything: his home, his family, his status, all for a higher principle. And this really lays it all out, doesn't it? On one side, you have Ravana. His entire world is about pride and power, and he silences anyone who disagrees. His loyalty? It's to himself, period. But then you have Vibhishana, who's guided by Dharma and justice. He chooses to walk away from arrogance, and his ultimate loyalty is to his principles, not to a person. So where does a banished prince go? Well, Vibhishana flies straight to his brother's number one enemy, Rama. But his arrival doesn't exactly kick off a celebration. No, it kicks off a whole lot of suspicion. I mean, you can't blame them, right? Rama's top allies are on high alert. Sugriva is convinced it's a trap. Even Rama's own devoted brother, Lakshmana, is saying, "Whoa, let's pump the brakes here." It makes perfect sense. Why would the enemy's brother just show up out of the blue? But Rama, he sees things differently. And this moment right here, this becomes the true climax of our story. It's not a physical battle. It's a test of Rama's own commitment to Dharma. Is he going to be guided by suspicion and fear, or by his principles? Rama's answer just cuts through all the fear and doubt. His voice is described as totally serene. This isn't just a smart move, it's a declaration of his core values. He sets a profound rule. When someone comes to you for protection, you give it to them, even if they used to be your enemy. And bam! Vibhishana's reaction instantly proves Rama's wisdom. He doesn't just say thanks. He bows and swears an oath on the very principle that brought him there in the first place: Dharma.
He's making it crystal clear that this wasn't an opportunistic move, it was a moral one. Their alliance is now built on a foundation of shared righteousness.
Rama's incredible act of faith has an immediate, powerful result. He doesn't just accept Vibhishana into his camp. Oh no, he elevates him, showing everyone what real leadership looks like. This is an absolutely stunning moment. Before the war is even won, Rama anoints Vibhishana as the future king of Lanka. He is declaring, right then and there, that the throne belongs to the righteous, not just the powerful. It's a strategic masterstroke that completely reframes the entire purpose of the war. But let's zoom out, because there's a much bigger picture here. This wasn't just a clever political move to get an ally with some inside info. It was something far, far more significant than that. By welcoming Vibhishana, Rama was showing the entire world what he stood for. He wasn't just fighting to rescue his wife anymore. He was fighting to build a world where Dharma, where justice and righteousness always triumph over arrogance and brute force. And that brings us to a final thought to chew on. Ravana believed strength was his unbending will, his refusal to ever back down, and it led to his complete destruction. But Rama found strength in something else, the wisdom to accept a former enemy. And that's what defined his victory. It really makes you question our own ideas of what it truly means to be strong.